For the reformer, tulip, Calvinist people, thinking about the potter and the clay, analogies, similes, metaphors, Romans 9 specifically, my question, I guess, is how does any clay pot become its final vessel, whether for wrath or whether for an honorable use? Doesn't it become hardened? Any clay pot, clay lamp, any clay tool, the final state it's in is its hardened state. Now, with that said, or with that question posed, I don't know what you do with it. One thing I want to say is that I'm not trying to teach anything. I'm also going to say I'm not sure if it's a good idea to add our own thoughts to different pictures, similes, metaphors in the Bible. Recently, I heard people adding to the clay, talking about all these different things that possibly could be. Well, he dug the mud from a swamp area in Egypt where the soil was known to be clay-like. I don't know if you can add that kind of stuff to what the Bible says to make it fit whatever you want it to say. So I don't want to be the one doing that. I also heard people talking about the vine and the branches, John 15, and it got weird. Well, they hoed on Tuesday and they watered on Thursday, and the grass wouldn't grow without the seed or the root because the vine has. And then if it was May, they couldn't do it because farmers never. What? You're adding a lot of ideas to the vine, to the potter, to the clay. Now, I got more questions related to Romans 9, and maybe I'll have to make a part 2. But the main question is, the final vessel of anything, whether it's a good vessel or going to be a born-again vessel or a destruction sent to hell vessel, isn't its final state hard? Doesn't it become a final vessel when it's hard? Now, I might be adding to the analogy, but that's the question. I'll add this piece very quickly. After you read all of the clay stuff, why does Paul go on to talk about only large groups of people? If the Calvinist is correct, the Reformer is correct, isn't Romans 9 all about individual election unto salvation? Why does Paul, once say Jacob and Esau to represent maybe individuals, but here, see objects, more than one, known the riches of his glory, prepared, namely, who also called from the Jews group, Gentiles a group. In Hosea, I will call those who were not my people a group, multiple people. Said to them, a group of people, not singular people. My people, more than one. Israel, well, that's a whole nation, probably more than one person. Number of sons, way a lot of people. Whoa, these sons are going to be like the number of the sea. That's got to be more than one. Why all this multiple or everybody or entire nations or whole groups talk if this is individualized election and reprobation? We're told the Lord of the armies. So you got multiple armies, each army having multiple people, descendants, more than one. Sodom and Gomorrah, we know a whole bunch of people died there. Gentiles, a group of people. Israel, a whole nation. Pursued by faith, they, more than one, not singular. They, more than one. Rock of Brothers who believes in him will be put to shame. Okay, so by the way, here's metaphors, analogies, similes related to pottery and clay. Here's a whole bunch of verses about pottery, clay. Okay, head scratchers abound. I got it under 5 minutes.